Hello, Odyssey. Let's talk about Jodie Whittaker leaving Doctor Who. Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck anymore. It's been 3 years of nonsense, probably longer. I'm not sure exactly when Peter Capaldi actually left. I mean, what was the date? I can't remember, but I do remember that there was like was it a year gap, and then we've had recently another year gap, and we've had some of the worst Doctor Who episodes ever seen. Political correctness gone crazy within the show, and it's kind of wrecked the experience for many Doctor Who fans to watch Doctor Who if it's all about politics. And when I say politics, it's not good politics. It's trying to incite crap, like the Rosa Parks episodes, as if everybody's being racist, and then we find out years later that everybody's tearing down monuments in the UK and America and smashing the city up because all they see on TV all the time is negativity and racism, and they believe it exists in that capacity, and it doesn't. But that's because TV is brainwashing them to think life is just shit. I mean, basically TV is just a very, very bad thing in many circumstances. But occasionally you do have good TV series and documentaries turning up. I don't doubt that. But most of it's bullshit. And it appears that the worst type of people got control of Doctor Who, and they wrecked it. They destroyed it. And now nobody gives a fuck anymore what happens to the show. There's plenty to watch on other platforms. There's many different TV shows about now, and there's many different movies coming out. Many of them are far better than Doctor Who has ever been, and I don't think it can ever recover properly unless they really get to grips with who could end up in the show, who could actually be the Doctor. And unfortunately, I don't think it can be a woman because of what's happened. So she did a very bad job, and then she was, foolhardily criticising fans online, blaming them for the mistakes that her team made and the bad writer. I don't think she's a terrible actor, but it looked desperate. So most people watching Doctor Who, they thought that is desperate, and it was desperate. The whole thing was just to virtue signal and also to make BBC look good, and in the end it did exactly the opposite. It's made the show one of the worst things that's ever come out on TV. It's a joke now. The only thing they can do is to replace every single actor and every single companion and the whole team, boot them out and get a new one. That's the only way to actually recover, and even then it's going to be an uphill climb. I suppose there's many different fans out there who will forgive Doctor Who because they have a short memory, but I personally cannot see it ever recovering back to the glory days of Tennant or Matt Smith or even Peter Capaldi or Christopher Eccleston. I just can't see it doing that unless they really, really get to grips with the storytelling. And the storytelling has been it's been based on Earth. I mean, they used to go out and have massive adventures in space and time. This particular director, Chris Chibnall, was just exploring racism. That's all he was exploring. Racism, prejudice, and making it all look like it's worse than it actually is, and it's just caused people to turn it off. And Jodie wasn't really put into the show for any decent acting abilities, like she could actually play the role. I don't think she can. Going forward, the show might recover after a few years, but people always look down on it now because of what's happened. They're not going to come back the way you think they will, and it may take many, many years for people to either return or for them to put Doctor Who back on in the first place. I think they should go on hiatus I personally do. I think they should go on hiatus, leave it on the shelf for a few years, and then come back when they're ready to act mature about the show, and come back in a Gothic sense with a new Doctor, a new production team, new writers, everything. With a better attitude, without this terrible fucking attitude that the series has actually produced. I mean, Chris Chibnall's got a bad attitude. Jodie Whittaker has a bad attitude. They've all got bad attitudes, which is why it's failed. And even the companions are just fucking boring to watch. So anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. I'm going to make some more videos. I'm just getting this Odyssey channel started off, and hopefully see what we can do with it. See you later. Bye bye.